This is Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Welcome to another Kera Dangerous Talk. Got my boy Ron Hurd. Is it the second or the third?
It's a second. We can make a third though. We want to. You want to make a third?
Ron, whoa, you out there tonight, boy? Aren't you? You out there?
Yeah, it's late, man. Let's get on.
Yeah. It is late. Whoa, this is exciting, Ron. It's nice to see you.
It's always good to see you, Sister Kera.
Thank you. Bump all that. You know why we here.
Yeah.
You know why we here.
Yeah, I know. The slap heard around and tweeted around the world. I think Will Smith and Chris Rock.
That slap woke me up from my nap.
It was for real.
I mean, I was drooling and everything.
Yeah, it was just so surreal. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know if it was staged. I think Will Packer produced the Oscars this year. Oscars So Black. Like Regina Hill, something like that. And Amy Schumer, the honorary black comedian or whatever you want to call her, and some other people. So, but it was weird.
Let me tell you something, Ron. I woke up and I'm like I had to wipe my eyes. Is this real?
Right.
I watched the video from as many angles as I could find because I'm like, I want to see did he connect? Because on some angles, I'm like, did he even hit him? And then on other angles, I see Chris Rock make a face like, yeah, I got hit. Right. I was hit.
But he did play A.L.L, that phantom punch. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, this punch
A.L.L listed too.
To really see. This was a different kind of thing.
Because some people say it was a punch, and I thought it was a slap. But who knows? Like you said, so many different angles, people saw different things.
I think it was a good bitch slap.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
It was. I was shocked. And I commend Chris Rock if it was a real and not staged for his composure and being a professional and be able to carry on, pick up where he left off at. But it had to be shocking. Like he was just shocked. And if it was staged, if it wasn't staged, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I would like to see what Chris Rock say about the whole thing.
Will Smith looked like somebody's uncle who got pissed off.
Right. At the cookout.
and and he walked away smooth and was chewing his gum and was thinking, I told that motherfucker not to mess with me.
Yeah, he sure did, didn't he? I don't know about it. People said they saw him laughing before he saw Jada's expression. Then he got all serious and wanted to be the knight in shining armor, whatever, stand by his woman type of thing. He said he was channeling his inner Richard Williams.
Stand by your man.
Yeah. So I mean, he
a woman, but
I look forward to seeing his response on the Red Table Talk. I know he's gonna go on there for Jada.
If this is a skit, I know that Chris Rock gotta come to the Red Table.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Be like,
that's gotta be an episode too.
Oh, definitely. But I just think that my thing is this: like people say that, well, Chris Rock should watch what he say. I think that's deadly ground to be on as a comedian. I'm an artist. I believe in freedom of expression. I don't believe in censorship of any type. But I feel like you had a roast, right? If you roast somebody, they gotta be able to restrain themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that was Don Rickles? I mean, I keep on thinking about Don Rickles in Casino. When he was
Don Rickles.
Yeah, like he dead now. He was a zombie, whatever. But
I know Don Rickles.
Yeah, but he was insult coming. He made his career insulting people. But it was an honor to be insulted by Don Rickles, to be acknowledged. And I think it's an honor when a comedian of Chris Rock's stature takes the time to crack a joke on you. And I don't think the joke was that bad.
Well, you know what, Ron? I'm glad you brought it up because I have a video that I'm going to play to explain why I think this has been brewing up in Will Smith for a while. But, you can't just come on this show and think that we just going to talk without hitting the theme song because the people got to hear the theme song. And then we can come back and really dive into this topic. Love it when you talk that talk. Ooh, you know I love it when you talk that talk that talk. Ooh, you know I. Ooh, you know. That's what happens when you stay up late. We just a fool. Yeah, North Memphis.
I'm South Memphis, but it's Memphis, man. Whatever. We, we'll hustle and flow that tonight, man.
Yeah.
Hustle and flow that.
Look,
it's hard out here.
Hard out here for Pim and for Chris Rock.
Oh yeah, Chris. Hey,
Chris Rock, man. Okay, what did you call it? The slap heard around the world?
The slap heard, seen, and tweeted around the world. I saw that on Twitter. And I heard it on Twitter.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's just because I got to give y'all some history, Ron. Mm-hmm. I got to give y'all some history to why Will Smith was pissed off, in my opinion, right. which I hold my opinion really in high regards. Okay. So I'm gonna hit this video. Y'all check this out. This is when it all started. Okay. Yeah. That's when it got started for him.
Okay.
That was a testy time. That was a testy time. So I think he remembered that, and I think they've had a rocky, couple of months. Well, it's been quiet a little bit now, but they've had a rocky couple of a year and a half or so.
This is a pandemic, yeah.
Yeah, so tonight showed me that Will Smith cares. He cares, more than he wanted us to really think. That's what I got from it. People made those memes and they were, joking on him at the red table when, the entanglement thing was going on. Mm-hmm. And this proves to me that all that stuff bothers him. And you can just chop it up and say, well, he was protecting his wife. I see so many people saying, yes, right. Stand up for your black woman. I'm a black woman. I love it, right? Mm-hmm. But that's still that other question, still another question to it. I think, like he said, he ended up saying that when you're in entertainment, you're supposed to just deal with bullying. You're supposed to just deal with people talking about you and being disrespected. And I'm paraphrasing. You're supposed to just know how to deal with it. That's what he said tonight. But I have to tell you, Ron, everybody knows Will Smith is very likable, right?
Yeah.
Even if you try to hate him, he can just do that laugh and, say something funny and you don't want to dislike him.
Right.
But if it was anybody else who did that, I think this would be looked at different.
If Kanye tweeted about doing that, he'll be banned from the Oscars for life.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Right. It's a double standard because, like, Will Smith, you can't. Probably Will Smith is that he overshares. His family overshares too much information all the time, 24/7. Like, he got one of the best Instagram channels that is out there because he's sharing everything. He's telling you everything. And some things, it was back in the time when Hollywood had a mystique about it. Like the celebrities, the stars were mysterious. They were it had an enigma. They were enigmas and stuff. You couldn't figure out everything about them. But these days, people are sharing too much about what they do on a daily basis and telling too much. I think that Will Smith is very passive aggressive because I don't think it's just Chris Rock. I think about the red table talk where he was embarrassed by his woman, she admitted to sleeping with August. I seen a guy with mental health issues. And then she put him on there and Barry was emasculated Will Smith. He was very emasculated to me. And I think that Chris Rock was just like that Dr. Conrad Murray, the one who allegedly killed Michael Jackson. He was just the last one.
And look at Chris Rock's face was like this. Yeah. Just like this, Ron.
Exactly.
He was like me when I woke up. He was like, is this real?
Right.
He stumbled his words after this. He said, I just got slapped by Will Smith.
But like I love the way he came. He just kept it going. A true professional. He must have had this happen to him before, though.
And you know what? I was supposed to bring these clips in. I got a drag because you know what this reminded me of?
What?
This reminded me of when Nicki Minaj and Cardi B got into it at New York. It was the New York Fashion Week, or it was the Met Gala. It was something, and they were like at a after party of it or something. It wasn't the main event or anything, but Cardi ran up on Nicki, but Nicki didn't want to fight, and she later kind of said, and I'm paraphrasing, something to the fact of, we're at a gala. I don't want to act like this at a gala just because you want to act like this at a gala. She basically was trying to say she didn't have any home training. That's what it reminded me of. Yeah. I think Chris Rock was Nicki Minaj. He was like, we're at the Oscars. Why are you trying to fight me at the Oscars?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to fight you at the Oscars. You got to think about it. If Chris Rock was willing to still do the Oscars that year, where everyone was saying, "Hey, don't go to the Oscars if you black. Don't go to the Oscars," and he still took the job. Yeah. Then he's not gonna want to fight you at the Oscars. You get what I'm saying? No, he's not, because he's looking at those people as he don't want to show out there.
I mean, he still want to perform at the Oscars, but like, Will thought he was on the west side of Philadelphia. Like the Source Awards from '95, like the Source Awards. You know what I'm saying? It's like this the new Source Awards. My thing is, I don't really care about acting crazy in front of white people, because white folks are the worst when it comes to behavior and being savages. Look at what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. You talking about black on black crime, but the worst crimes have always been white on white throughout history. They some savages. So for me to be embarrassed about our people acting out and they having feelings, Will Smith is a human being. Chris Rock is a human being. Somebody said, well, Will Smith was there to get the torch from Sidney Poitier. A lot of black folks couldn't stand Sidney Poitier because they thought he was too weak, how he was portrayed on film. My thing as an artist, I don't want to be constrained or restrained. I want to be able to express myself fully. Would I be the good Negro or the bad Negro? I want to be a full human being. Yes. I don't want to be constrained as the good black, because Denzel did not win an Oscar for being the good black. He won the Oscar for being you know what?
And Halle Berry as well.
Right, for being bent over and straightened out at the same time.
We know they can act. That's not the question. But I mean, that's a whole other topic, but very good point, Ron. Somebody said, was it real again?
I don't know. Will Packer produced it, right? Will Packer produced it, right? It's the Oscars was a Will Packer production. You know what his thing is, the movies and stuff he done over the years.
You know what? We've been talking about this incident, but we have not showed a video of it. So I think that's what we should do. Did you see Chris Rock? His face, he was like, in that moment, he was saying all sorts of things in his head.
Like he should have won an Oscar for that. That was a hell of an acting job, man.
You remember when Chris Rock said himself at the Oscars in his monologue? He looked at Nicole Kidman. He said something to the effect of, Nicole Kidman should have won the Oscars for the way she pretended that she was happy for Halle Berry when she won the Oscar. Right. That's what it reminds me of.
I mean, Chris Rock is a truth teller. I mean, you might not agree with some of his politics or how he does things, but he's one of the greatest comedians, stand-ups of all time. And my thing is, you shouldn't get into the fact of trying to censor yourself just to please the crowd. But like Will Smith, it's still debatable, was that a slap or a punch, depending on the angle.
Everybody hates Chris.
But hate is a form of love, too. Hate is just an extreme form of love. That's all it is. Your haters are your fans. They're your biggest fan. I mean, I wouldn't did the same. I think that that's you open yourself up to lawsuits and all types of things. Will Smith. Remember overseas, he was at a movie premiere, right? You remember that incident where the dude tried to kiss him? He slapped the hell out of him too. What a slap or a punch?
He is a well-known slapper at this point.
Yeah, he likes to slap. He's a serial slapper.
Yeah.
I think he got that West Side Philly thing going. I think he just got that inner pimp coming out.
I think the 76ers need to draft him.
He be a stop blocker.
Pick him up.
No.
The NBA
No,
could use a
no.
couple of tough players out there.
Yeah.
It gets a little soft sometimes.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I just it's a distraction, but I think it's unfortunate that he did that on one of the biggest nights of his career and his life, and I think it was very disrespectful to the Williams sisters for being. I mean, their father. He did a great job, and shout out to Ingenue Ellis. I really like her a lot. I met her before down in Mississippi in her home state at Tougaloo College, where she's alum. I think she didn't finish school, but she's a very good woman. She's very sincere. She loves her people, and she's really a good people. I'm glad. I wish she would have won tonight, but she's still a winner. As far as I'm concerned, Ingenue Ellis.
Ingenue Ellis did such a wonderful job.
Yeah, she did.
Playing their mother. I mean, it was just flawless.
That was a great movie, man. I just knew Will gonna be nominated. Period.
Yeah, I definitely feel what you're saying, because I gotta get on Will a little bit, because Stephen A. Smith, he tweeted, I believe, and said something to the fact of, come on, Will. It was a joke about G.I. Joe or whatever it was, G.I. Joe, about her hair. But I think there's a medical reason why Jada can't grow her hair.
Alopecia, yeah, hair loss problem. But he didn't call her a ghoul from Lord of the Rings. He didn't call her no gremlin. He called her G.I. Jane. I mean, who played the first G.I. Jane? Demi Moore, right? She was.
But think about it. Jada's in Hollywood, and she's losing her hair, or she having problems keeping it or whatnot. And maybe they've had it. Maybe she's showing some sensitivity at home about it.
Oh yeah,
she is a woman. Maybe he's seen her cry about it. I mean, she always kept her hair short, but it still could be painful that she feel like it's more comfortable to wear it bald.
Yeah.
So you don't know what conversation or how he feels that she feels about it. So come on, I played the video for y'all. He this has been brewing in Will Smith. This has been brewing. You don't think?
I got some compassion and sympathy, but I'm saying you think about somebody like Lizzo.
Okay.
Should Lizzo be going around slapping people, sitting on them, or whatever she's doing, twerking them to death because they make fun of her? You gotta have some type of a thick skin. I know it's wrong to say that. People might think that's insensitive, but you just can't go around hitting and beat up on everybody just because they say something about you.
Look, bro, we're talking about Will Smith. We're like, who would have ever thought that? You're sitting here explaining
I like Will Smith, right?
that you don't need to take your anger out. We're talking about Will Smith. This is definitely 2022.
Yes.
Because who's had a cleaner image besides the last couple of years of hearing about these entanglements and all this than Will Smith? He's like the ultimate Nick Cannon. If Nick Cannon would have stuck to just having a clean image, he would be Will Smith. And if he had a better career.
And that's his mentor. Nick Cannon is his protege.
Exactly.
They both wilding out.
Wild out.
What's wrong with these cats, man? But I mean, I think that Hollywood culture gets to Will. Because Will had to make some deals. Will had to be in some people's beds and bedrooms, allegedly, doing some things, some strange things for some roles and change.
Yeah,
Will is one of the chosen one. He's part of the elite. They do things. They do weird. You know how the more power people get, the weirder their sexual fantasies become, or realities rather. Like people forget that Harvey Weinstein had allowed Obama's oldest daughter to be one of his interns right before all this stuff went down.
Wow.
And Jeffrey Epstein kept that weird painting of Bill Clinton in that dress. You know what I mean?
I don't even want to know.
Yeah. You know how Will and Jada get down. Because even Ozzy D and Ozzy Davis and Ruby D. They talking about they swinger lifestyle. These like a black power love couple. You know what I'm saying? But they was open about it. So it's a strange thing. I mean, to get in no type of circus, you got to do some interesting things to maintain some relevance. I think the problem with Will Smith and Jada, they give out too much information on their lifestyle. They're really an open book.
Late, right? It's almost it's kind of like some of the things with Kanye. It's not that I don't understand his point of view. It's just that I feel like they kind of made their own bed. Yeah. You made this situation bad. You put you guys put each other in a situation for people to mock you. Now, I'm not saying that it feels good and it's right, because it's not on sometimes, but you sort of put yourself in this situation. But I think over the coming days, people will spill the beans on whether or not Will Smith and Chris Rock had a rocky relationship. We can kind of get more deets and feels on, why so much emotion came out. But I have to say, the woman side of me, which I mean, I'm all woman, but I just mean that woman side of me that want to be protected. When I saw Will Smith say, "Keep my effing wife's name out your mouth," it was like, oh,
you like that? Hey,
you know what I mean?
Old Testament flood going on. Huh?
It's like, Will, okay, Will.
Will won a couple of times tonight, huh?
He gonna get it when he get home.
He the champ, right?
She may say, "Well, baby, you went a little left," but
with Will Smith, what he did that to Tupac back in the day, that's the thing. I don't see Will Smith doing that to Tupac.
Well, he was a different Will Smith. He wasn't a grown man like he is now. Then
I get it, but Chris Rock is like, he's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's afraid of Chris Rock? It ain't like he was Suge Knight in his prime or nothing like that Will Smith did it to. I mean, it's Chris Rock. That's why it just look bad. It's like,
yeah, that's what somebody else saying. If it was The Rock, if it was somebody else, would he have done that?
If that was The Rock, they said it was The Rock. Yeah, she like G.I. too. He wouldn't did that to The Rock.
Hell no.
I know Will get buffed out sometime, but it's The Rock, right?
Well, then you should believe my point. Then he may just not like Chris Rock.
But I heard they were good friends. Somebody said they read it, but they were pretty close. It's interesting how that turns out, Well, I think Will Packer, I don't know what the truth is, because you remember, like, I don't know, you remember because you're young. I'm young too, but I'm saying you're a wrestling fan, and Andy Kaufman got into it with Jerry Lawler, and people thought that was real, where they were fighting on a Tonight Show or the David Letterman show, whatever. And he came down to Memphis to take on Jerry Lawler. He found out that all was stage. They were performance art. So I think this could be a form of performance art. I'm not sure.
Ain't no way. Performance art, where they say the F word at the Oscars.
The Oscars ratings been low for the last several years. They've been going down, and they woke Oscars last year didn't help matter. So that boosts the rate. That's one of the greatest moments in Oscars history. Period.
Well, how would Black people feel if they found out that Will Smith and Chris Rock would set up something like that to give the Oscars ratings? And does that make Black people look a certain way for them to act?
We always been fools and cannon fodder for white people entertainment. Our pain is their profit and joy. It's like with the Grammys, they could have did that with Kanye and Trevor Noah just to boost up the ratings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a circus. The world's a stage. It's bred in circuses. I don't trust anything I see or what I hear or read. So you gotta don't let your emotions get all entangled in these BS entanglements. Because Kanye, it's not Kanye's fault. They oversaturating us with Kanye. If you put a camera on any one of us for 24/7, you'll see some horrible, ridiculous, stupid stuff. Or at least for me. I can't speak for you.
Well, somebody said if a white comedian made that joke, would Will have walked up there and slapped him? We can say maybe so, because
depends on if it's Kera top, maybe.
But Ron, you brought it up just a while ago. He slapped the white guy.
That was overseas. Yeah, there was nobody here.
It wasn't on stage, but it was on the record.
I can understand that dude was trying to kiss him in the mouth or something allegedly or something like that.
It wasn't on the mouth, it was on the cheek.
Oh, that what that was? Come on, Will, I heard about, people question Will's whatever. Like what Tupac said, as screwed as his Alizé when you talking about Drake. I don't know. I don't really get into people's like sexual things and all that. That's your business, but we gotta learn as Black people in 2022, stop putting these celebrities on pedestals. Like Will Smith ain't gonna be Ali for real. He ain't gonna be no Malcolm X. And we shouldn't look for these celebrities to be that. They're just distractions, they're clowns, they're court jesters. They're there to entertain, distract, and deflect, and not deal with reality. People would just want, like, when the Super Bowl happened this year, who introduced the Super Bowl? It was The Rock, a wrestler, Dwayne Johnson. Then let you know it's sports entertainment. And people said we lost and we won. You didn't win nothing. You got a bonus check from Jerry Jones. You in the parade. You didn't win nothing. You a fool.
Oh man.
Especially if you're a Cowboy fan. No disrespect, because I was a long time Cowboy fan and I got a clue it ain't gonna happen. But they made more money than anybody. That's the most expensive sports franchise. They don't win nothing. They just win ratings. It's always like, do you work in the sports industry, sports news? They always got to talk about the Cowboys and the Lakers. They could have the most horrible season, but everything is always about them.
Well, they probably pay to play.
Right.
Like everything, you know.
Everything's pay to play. Right. Everything's rigged. Donald Trump told us everything rigged, and people said he didn't say it wasn't rigged in his favor. He letting people know, how can a person that owns a casino run into a ground and still make a profit? That's what Donald Trump did. How can I be rich and not pay my workers and still stay in business? It's a game. It's a joke. It's like with the Ukraine and Russia thing. It's like maybe Putin's on the right side of this. But yet, when you do things right in a world that's upside down, you look like the villain. You portrayed as the villain. It's like Batman. You be a hero, but you live long enough, you become the villain.
I don't need another hero.
That's right. Team Turner. Yeah, Mad Max. You saw how Mel Gibson was looking tonight. I'm confused. Like, if I did that,
can you imagine, Ron? If I did this shit,
right.
If I did that,
yeah.
I'm just saying, because people always saying you got to stay calm. Don't let your emotions get the best
Keep your
of
composure.
you.
That's right.
Will Smith has controlled his emotions for over 50 years.
Been a good black.
But not tonight.
Yeah, he said I couldn't be a Jackie Robinson.
A G.I. Jane joke. That broke the camel's back.
A G.I. Jane. If he called his wife a goblin from the Lord of the Rings, I could defend him. I said, yeah, he called like one of them things like the Lord of the Rings. Of course, he had to defend his honor. But G.I. Jane, you know who played the first G.I. Jane was Demi Moore. She was a sex symbol, highest paid female actress in Hollywood. So that, to me, that's a compliment. You know, like, but he called her like the Elephant Man or the Elephant Woman. It'd be a different story. Or she was the Lady Gremlin. You know, it'd be different. I feel a different way about it.
You wild, Ron. I don't know.
Jada wish she could get a movie role like that. She can't, you know.
See, thank you, MKB. You agree with me. He owed that from Chris from 2016.
He gave it with interest too, because you heard that was loud. Kapow. That was loud, man.
I got something else for you. What did you say about this guy here? Break that down. Why does it remind you of Kanye?
Because, man, Kanye thing is a double standard. Like, you know, if Kanye thinks something and tweet it, he's dangerous. And the Kanye thing, I think that he's overexposed. Like, I had a chance to see that Netflix documentary 3-part series. What do you call it? Genius? Oh my God,
yeah, Genius.
And I think it was brilliant because it really gave you the backstory on Kanye and his strong relationship with his mother. And it let you understand how some of that played out over the last few years with him. I think Kanye is made it like a buffoon and clown because he give him so much material to do so. But Kanye is very articulate and intelligent. He's one of the most brilliant musicians of the last 40 years. He's up there to me. He's like on the level of Miles Davis and Picasso, and people don't really understand or appreciate that.
Ooh,
he's up there with them. He's up there. That's rare company. He's the closest thing we got to them right now. And I think people missing out on that. But at the same time, they trying to sabotage him because they're trying to make The Rock the next president. They're trying to make Kanye the next OJ.
Well, I have a lot of thoughts on that, which I think that's terribly unfair. First of all, he can be a lot of things on some days, but to compare somebody to OJ, and I mean, if they trying to compare him in a negative light, obviously, so that's not cool. That's not cool. What? Because
you gotta understand what OJ was loved by white people, though. White folks thought that was a betrayal. Kanye West is loved by white people. I mean, he got kids by white people, but they you know. But OJ, you remember when he was running through the airport doing the Hearst commercials? It was nothing but white folks in the airport. Go OJ, go! Imagine if a black person was running through the airport, let alone a mall. What would happen to that black person? But they were saying, go, OJ, go. You the juice. Let it loose, juice. Then they were saying, go, OJ, down 405. Go. Why them posters come out? Everything's a stage. The world's a stage. All this stuff is hocus pocus. It's a stage. It's magic. It's witchcraft, actually. They casting spells. You're a musician. You know about them rappers. How did Tupac know he was going to die? Keep on talking about it. Hell, you selling 10 million albums, somebody going to honor that request. Biggie said, the first album said Ready to Die. What's the second album? Life After Death. When it come out after he was dead.
Well, yeah, so I have issues with that.
You spell casting.
No, you definitely do. Words are powerful, right?
Yeah, because they just had the Godfather anniversary celebrated on the Oscars. Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, you never mistake them for gangsters in real life. But they use rappers' lyrics in courts to convict rappers and send them to life in prison. So black folk, we gotta understand, white folks be acting, we manifest them. We are different from them. That's why Al Pacino and Robert De Niro lived to be 80 years old, and Tupac and Biggie had to die at 25 and 24. Because we manifesting stuff we have no understanding of. We casting spells. Hollywood is a casting of spells. The person who created the space program in America, Jack Parsons, he's going to the Mojave Desert and stuff like that and have orgies to open up portals to bring in demons. He was a prodigy of Aleister Crowley.
Whew.
And L. Ron Hubbard was the best friend, the guy of naval intelligence who invented Scientology.
Where did we step out into, Ron?
The Twilight. I mean, the Negro Zone. I don't know the Negro Zone. I think Will Smith was doing this type of initiation ritual tonight.
This is the most ghetto initiation I've ever seen. What kind of damn initiation is this?
That's like, you remember when Terry Crews got his ball slapped by the dude that was Adam Sandler's friend at Adam Sandler's party? When Terry Crews, that big old muscular Batman, everybody said, he something wrong with him. He practiced restraint when the dude was grabbing on his ball, but you don't know what type of relationship they really had outside of that, though. You don't know what made that little small white dude feel comfortable to grab the balls of a big, strong black man.
You know what? I never heard it like that before, Ron.
Yeah, he might have known. Hey, I know who you really are. But the thing about he did it in front of his wife, though.
No, most men would go berserks. And then you do it in front of my wife, like you.
But his wife told him to restrain because she got to pay their house note and shit. Got their lifestyle. Restrain yourself.
I know a lot of women that'll say, "Baby, you better handle that."
She was thinking about the money, but she was mixed. She half white anyway, so that white side came out. Let's play this for our advantage, baby. Don't hey, don't be like the average Negro.
Protect.
He from Flint too. I think you're from Flint or something. Am I not mistaken?
I feel like you're right. I'm not sure either, but I feel like
but he beat up his dad. He talking about how he beat up his dad on Mike Tyson's podcast, I think. But yet this white man grabbed his balls. He didn't do nothing to the white man. It's like them gangsters or gangbangers kill each other. They'll kill 4 or 5 black people. Then when the cops come around, they got about 10 machine guns and two or three shotguns, grenades in the car. They're gonna pull over and just
they love Master.
Oh yeah, that's our problem. That's all. Even Denzel, he's a broad Negro. I love Denzel or Denzel. How he said his name is Denzel. I said, what the hell? We've been announcing Denzel all this time. I'm actually Denzel.
I'm gonna let you take that. But look.
I'm actually Denzel. I'm Denzel.
He did say Denzel. Denzel.
Denzel. Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
But his mother needed to differentiate between him and his father, so it was Denzel for him.
Yeah, he's a great actor, but I'm saying Denzel be feeling himself too. Like he really gonna win for playing Macbeth. Come on, Denzel. He's not even doing a British accent. Come on, man. What is this about?
He's at the later part of his career, and a lot of people don't know that Denzel is a lover of Shakespeare. And so this was something that he wanted to do. This is something I actually read recently. And, because me too, I would like to see him do some other things. I actually like those kind of time pieces, period pieces. But I would like to see him in some other kind of things. But then I said to myself, well, this is somebody who has had a long career and now he just wants to do what he wants to do. So even if we don't like it, hey.
I don't have a problem with Denzel. Ain't even acting no more. It's like Sam Jackson. You just playing yourself getting a check. You're not even trying, man. He ain't trying to do no British. I'm Denzel. I'm Denzel.
No, I can look. I ain't look. You got to stand on your own on that one, Ron. I can't say Denzel just be acting like himself. Now you don't look. You don't go too far.
I love Denzel. You don't get me wrong. I love, but this will be. I want my son to live. Be like you hold the guns like this, and what's going on? Shoot. Who do that? But Denzel.
There will be no Denzel slander on this show.
I'm not trying to do Denzel, but even American Gangster, he made Frank, what the guy named, look way better than what he was. He played him like Denzel would play himself. But you know what's interesting about Denzel?
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
He was best friends with Ludacris' father growing up in Mount Vernon, New York.
Wow,
he was close to Ludacris'
random facts, Run.
Yeah, they used to play acting and stuff at the YMCA and stuff. They were real close.
I do know he was a lover of the Y because I've seen. Oh no, I'm thinking of Boys Club. He
the boys
they don't play about that
the
Boys
same
Club.
difference, right? Young man, like the Vatican.
Please don't ever do that again. Please. Look, I wanted to show you guys something, not to get off of this, but to show you this what Jaden, not Jada, Jaden.
Oh, the son. That's the son of a
What's
girl.
wrong with you?
I'm sorry. You got me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm upset.
Okay. I don't know what's wrong.
I ain't take no drugs. I'm off drugs. I ain't on drugs.
Jada said, "My dad's speech made me cry." And then, what did I do with my other picture? He also sent out a message after that, which I think I don't have it guys up here. But what did he say? Ryan, what did he say?
Will Smith or Jaden?
I didn't load the clip, Jaden. Oh, he said that's how we do it. Is he talking about we in the Smith family we slap? We bitch slap folks?
They like it rough.
Is that what it is?
They like it rough and raw. It sounds like, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about them because they just some weirdos, man. Everybody weird, but them some weirdos, man. They weirdos.
Oh my god.
They like it rough, raw, and fisted.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, please. It's 2:14 a.m. So
allegedly, I don't know for real. I don't want to know. But you remember when Cat Williams? You remember that joke that Cat Williams he did for the
don't get our video blocked. Don't get our video blocked.
But you remember he was talking about the Hollywood, how they party in Hollywood.
Yeah,
and everything started going downhill for him after that. Once he did that stand-up routine special, they started calling him crazy and stuff and trying to dismiss him. That's how he did Dave Chappelle when he walked away from $50 million. Like when you try to tell the truth about things, they make it look crazy. They make you look extra crazy and special.
Now that's true.
Like with Kanye, if you listen to what he said, don't let them get your emotions involved, but listen to what Kanye be saying. He be on point a lot of times. Like he talked about the fashion industry about 5 or 6 years ago, and look where he's at now in the fashion industry. He telling folks what time. And look at his mentor. I mean, his protege. That guy named A.L.L. What's his name? Virgil.
Oh yeah,
that was his protege.
Virgil,
he helped mentor that guy.
Yeah,
Kanye ain't know what because even them Yeezus shoes, whatever he made, I didn't know they was that big of a deal in the tennis world. But I got a cousin who's a sneakerhead. He said, "Yeah, these like some of the." I said, "They bigger than Jordans." Yeah, in some cases they are. They said they resell very well, but I don't care for them. They look ridiculous. But Kanye is a great, brilliant man.
Look, you pay to play. He's able to keep himself out there. We hear about him all the time. One time, a couple of weeks ago, Kanye was out here so much. I literally started to unfollow blogs. I started to unsubscribe to certain channels, and because I had to have a Kanye break. If I saw Kanye or heard his name one more time, I thought I was gonna lose it. I just had to limit the amount of times I saw his face down my timeline. So it's like if you can get your image out there, if you can get your face out there where people can see you and you can stay on their minds, then it's a little bit easier to be successful. And he's got it rolling, boy. Every other day it's a story about Kanye. It's a story about Kanye. If it's not about him and Skeet and Kim, it's about people signing petitions so he can't perform at Coachella. It's about people saying you can't perform at the Grammys. It's about people trying to come up with something to block them from something. Every day, every other day, Ron, is something. Yeah. How can you fail when you're on people's minds every other day?
Yeah, I mean, he made that deal. Look who he had to give up, though. He had to give up his mom, allegedly.
You paid to play.
His mom was a sacrifice. She was a willing sacrifice.
You willing to say that?
Allegedly. I mean, think about, as brilliant as she was, you got to think about his mom. It's worth looking at the documentary, the 3-part series. He was the one that provided him with his mentors because she helped educate his mentors. The guys who taught him how to make beats in Chicago, they were educated by his mom, Dr. Donda West. And she was a Black Panther, I believe. So she believed in the beloved community. You think about how we get a Tupac and a Kanye. He come from really strong, brilliant, well-rounded Black women who had activist backgrounds. They were part of the Panther tradition. And they was able to encourage. I think every Black child should have a Dr. Donda West in their lives. Because, to me, that helped him propel. And it's not Kanye's fault he's getting oversaturated or covered like that. That's the powers that be that want to do that. So my thing is people hate Kanye not because they hate him. They just hate the fact that he's so overbearing in their lives from day to day because the way the apparatus work. But what Kanye does, he does help educate people. He tell people slavery is a choice. Black folks was mad, but he told the truth about that because people are choosing to be slaves now. Slaves to religion, slaves to conformity, slaves to the in crowd groupthink. He's trying to liberate people in his own way, and you pay a price to try to serve and love people. You pay a price for that. Christ paid a price for that. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Malcolm paid a price for that. King paid a price. You pay a price for being a servant to humanity.
I'm not trying to be funny, but the thing that gets me is that sometimes people don't want to take advice from somebody that's gonna say something about slavery, who then goes and make a song called Gold Digger saying that they gonna get money and leave you for a white girl, and then they actually marry a white person. But then you wanted to give me some advice about slavery when you went and shacked up with the descendants of the oppressor.
Yeah. But think about, Gil Scott-Heron. You familiar, you're an artist and stuff. You know Gil Scott-Heron, right?
Yes.
He had a drug issue, but it does not diminishes the message that he was putting in his music. But he paid a price for being Dr. King called it creatively maladjusted, to have a moral code, to stand on your square. You pay a price in a very amoral, if not immoral world. They're gonna make an example out of you. They're gonna alienate you from your people. If you're a truth teller, the only thing that can keep you warm at night, knowing that, hey, I'm on the right side of history, but you're gonna pay a price. And a lot of times you do the work, you don't get the benefit from that work. Generations after you may benefit from that, but you got to sacrifice. And it's a lonely existence. So my thing is, like, you look at Ida B. Wells, right? I love Ida B. Wells, but she, like, when she was trying to get the anti-lynching bill passed, that was a one-woman crusade for like several years. She was by herself. And a lot of folks she tried to help, they treated her like she was a stranger.
I wanted to laugh so bad because you said Ida B. Wells and you said, I love her. Yeah, Ron. We know you love her.
I want to bring her back.
Every time I talk to Ron, it's Ida B. Wells.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm sorry, but anyway.
If Ida B. Wells was alive today, I think Ron may be her stalker. I'm not gonna lie.
I might be, but you know what? She might like me though, because she's a Cancer.
I'm just joking, Ron. I'm just joking.
I'm a Taurus. I get along with Cancer. Cancers love me. Cancer women love me. So she might love me.
Forgive me.
I might stalk her too. Search on internet, social media. Well, I might just do that. You right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, what I'm saying, you followed me around for 24/7 with a camera in my face. You said you'll be disappointed in me. I promise you.
Oh my God.
You learn all types of stuff you didn't want to know about me. So that's what happened to Kanye. He's overexposed. You do that to anybody. You overexpose him like that, you ain't gonna like him.
But he did it to himself.
But then Will Smith and Jada did it to themselves when they put all their private business out there for people just to stay relevant. So why you get mad at a comedian for doing his job?
That's another point of view. Exactly. That's another point of view. Why get upset? Why get upset? And I'm telling you, I believe it's because it was already brewing.
It was.
And I think Will Smith was actually just sick of everybody talking about his wife. It's easy to make. My mama always said, this is a country saying, is like, you can make your mouth say anything. My mama always said that you can make your mouth say anything. And that means, yeah, you can make it seem like you cool. Yeah, you can say on camera, it didn't bother me. Oh, yeah, we never cheated on each other, which he said recently. We've never had an issue. You saw him recently where he said something to the point of we never stepped out on each other or something like that. Because I think that's how they view it.
Right?
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that things don't get to you sometimes, that things don't hurt you, because you can't be invisible from everything. Sometimes your heart gonna be touched when you didn't think it was.
Maybe they could have been lovers at one point. The odd couple. I don't know. I'm just saying that stuff weird. You don't really know what like you said, it's a backstory to that. That's personal. That was some personal stuff going on.
Ooh, run! You was this.
You remember
boy
Richard Pryor?
is
You remember
on
when Quincy Jones? Hey,
fire.
well, you remember when Quincy Jones said that Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando was getting it on? Yeah, I'm
Yes.
saying, Quincy, how you know you was in the room? You look, because Quincy be having them weird poses with his fingers and stuff. What's going on with Quincy? I know Quincy like tutti frutti. Woo, you know, allegedly, I don't know, but he be having some weird poses. Yeah.
Shouts out to MacTown, my hometown of Little Richard, baby.
Macon, Georgia. That's right, MacTown.
You are so foolish, Rod.
I'm saying, you know, they gotta do that stuff. I heard stories about all type of celebrities for people to know. I don't talk about it a lot, but it's just interesting. It don't change my perception of them as artists, as contributors to culture and humanity. But everybody got their little thing they do. So like I said, you follow anybody around 24/7 with a camera in their face, you're gonna be disappointed in their character.
Right. To go back to Will Smith, what do you think that Denzel and Tyler Perry said to him in the commercial break? Because it's been told that they pulled him aside to
I saw
to talk to him.
Yeah,
I bet they were like, "What the fuck?"
Right? They probably they're like that. You know, I don't know what they would say because you know Tyler Perry is interested because like you know my thing is I don't really care because.
Wait, did he turn into Madea? Do you think he turned to Madea?
I don't know what he turned. Oh Lord! Oh no! Oh Lord! You know he was dressed as a man though. I don't know. Oh Lord! Oh damn! Oh no! I don't. Gave him some chicken and waffles. I don't know what they did during the break, but what I do know is that you know, my thing about these shows is like even with the Grammys don't have the moral fortitude to ban Kanye. You have rewarded drug addicts. Degenerates, pedophiles, and my thing is this is not the Morality Hall of Fame. This is not the Morality Award show. It's the Grammys.
It's not because I want to go to that one. I mean,
yeah, because he's nominated for 6 Grammys, right? And Will Smith, you already knew the fix was in because if there was anybody but Will Smith, he's gonna win that big award tonight. They would have kicked him out. They would have escorted him out of there.
Did you see this coming? Think about it. All this stuff, it had to be an explosion. What's going to be Kanye's explosion? Or has it already?
I think it already happened, man. He always
already happened
from the public. You know, back in 2016 when he was doing that concert, you know, and he started talking about Jay-Z telling the truth. And people say he's crazy, but he just telling y'all the truth. Y'all can't handle the truth. See, when he folks want to be real and connect with people, people call him crazy.
Hey, all the people in the chat right now, put if you think that this incident was staged or not. Staged or not staged. I just want to know from some more people. Staged or not. Staged or not staged in the chat.
That's a good question. I think it's 50-50 on me. I got to hear what Chris Rock gonna say. Look at his body language.
I'm ready to hear the quote from Chris Rock. And I wonder if he's gonna post something on social media or somebody gonna ask him to talk about it, or if the Oscars make a statement? Have they made a statement and said we're sorry that you saw violence at the 2022 Oscars?
No, they're happy because they got more people talking about the Oscars more than ever in years. The Oscars been having the ratings go down yearly. They've been in the bottom seller of everything. This is a great ratings bonanza.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's the Oscars, and so that kind of behavior isn't supposed to happen there. So they're gonna have to, you know, kind of make it look right, even if they do want the ratings.
I guess so. They can say what they want. I mean, I'm saying like these shows are really like I don't listen to actors about like social political stuff. Like they want to make these speeches about what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. I don't get my information from actors and celebrities. You know, I go research and stuff like that, but they can do what they want to do, but they needed eyes on the Oscars just to legitimize the Oscars. They use black people. They always use black folks to legitimize their stuff. Then they don't respect us. Like you look at the Grammys, because, you know, it's been a response. I don't know if you're familiar with Jay Prince, the founder of Rap A Lot Records. He suggested that the black artists get together and perform a huge concert in Las Vegas on the night of the Grammys. Now, he reached out to Nicki Minaj and Drake. You know, Drake sent back some of his Grammy nominations not too long ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Nicki Minaj didn't get Best New Artist when she should have got Best New Artist. She made a lot of history that year that she was nominated. So a lot of, and even the Migos, who you could make a case, they're the greatest rap group of all time. You could make a case for them being the greatest rap group of all time. I know that's crazy.
I can't go that far.
No, but people here
right now. I love them though.
Yeah, I agree with you, but people have put out interesting cases for them being, if not the greatest, one of the greatest rap groups of all time. Because how long they've been out, they've been
one of the greatest, but
people say the greatest because they longevity. Because they've been out for a long time now, for about 10 years, if not more so. They've been out there.
Has it been 10 years?
Yeah. I remember listening to them back in 2009, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But what I'm saying is they haven't won Grammys. Snoop Dogg been nominated for 17 Grammys, I believe, never won one. That's ridiculous.
Snoop Dogg is an international star and icon.
Right.
I mean, if he's really should be considered probably the biggest rapper of all time. He's in my top 10. One of the most popular. Yeah. Even if you don't like his raps, you got to.
But Doggy Style didn't even win Best New Rap. It didn't win Rap Album. It didn't win Best New. I mean, Doggy Style set some records. I'm talking about his first album. It didn't win anything. He got nominated 17 times. That's an insult. Tupac never won a Grammy. Nas just won a Grammy. Nas just won a Grammy last year, I believe. That's crazy.
One of my favorite rappers.
Right. I'm saying, but so what is the Grammys? What is the Oscars? You know how many great actors and directors never won an Oscar? Who are these awards for?
Well, Chris Rock in his monologue of 2016, he said the Oscars is like white people's choice awards.
Yeah, so the voters are too old. You know what I'm saying? They kind of out of touch. You know what I'm saying? The people that win, like you look at Avatar, should have won best. James Cameron should have won best director for Avatar. They gave it to his wife, his ex-wife, who's a lesbian, for Hurt Locker. Who looks at Hurt Locker in 2022? People still looking at Avatar in 2022.
Well, you look at movies like Malcolm X. I mean, come on, the guy nothing.
Yeah, this is the one they gave to Al Pacino because Al Pacino should have won for Godfather, but he won for Sin of the Woman. He was good in it, but they made up for not giving him an Oscar for Godfather. It's all politics.
When you look at movies that I love, like What's Love Got to Do with It? Angela Bassett. When you see Lawrence Fishburne,
great actor.
They played that movie so well. I mean, people thought that was Ike.
That's the problem.
People thought Lawrence Fishburne was Ike.
Right. They blaming Ike for somebody that's not Ike.
I mean, I watched that movie so many times, and every time I watch it, I come back with something that I just like even more. Like I respect how well, I respect how well Angela was able to capture Tina's voice. You know, she had just those little nuggets, those little things in her voice, and the way she moved. And we had so many great films that got overlooked.
Yeah.
So I get it.
But it's their platform. They can do what they want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we worried about that? Why not have our own platform and really big up and make it legitimate? Because we had, you know, like it's something to be honored by your own and by your peers to me versus be honored by some people. Like you look at Duke Ellington, who won a Pulitzer back in 66 or 67, but he never won it. And people were upset about it. But he said, I guess God don't want me to be famous too young. You almost 70 years old, dude. You ain't that young. But Wynton Marsalis was the first jazz artist to win a Pulitzer for his work, Blood in the Fields. But what he did was he went to the Smithsonian in DC and accessed Duke Ellington's arrangements and notes and stuff to create his magnum opus. So what Wynton won was basically off the works of Duke Ellington, who was denied the Pulitzer before he died. And then Kendrick Lamar won the first Pulitzer for a rap album. You can make a case for many and shit. Ice Cube could got it for death certificate. There's a lot of rappers that could have got the Pulitzer before, or Pulitzer, if you call it, before Kendrick Lamar. And
coulda, shoulda, woulda. Sometimes it's just gonna have to come down to, and even if it doesn't feel fair, just knowing your own worth and appreciating those people who are your day ones and those people who are supporting you, and understanding through the love that you get on different levels wherever you go and whatever you do, that you are good at your art, that you're good at your craft. I mean, I don't think that is also bad to want to have an award, but you shouldn't be obsessed with it, knowing that it's not going to be fair. It's not going to be cut and dry. It's going to be politics. It's going to be this. Because if you don't understand that, then you're going to set yourself up for failure.
This is true. You got to have a love of the craft and all that. I know Samuel Jackson felt he should have won for Pulp Fiction. I think he should have won for that.
You're right.
And rightfully so. I mean, he's a brilliant actor. Gator. I remember him, Gator in Jungle Fever. He just did that role in Jungle Fever. Got to get out of rehab for crack. So Sam Jackson was a crackhead for a long time. He was brilliant, but he was a crackhead for a long time. He talks about that. You know, he just got out of rehab. Then he gonna do Spike Lee. He wasn't acting today. He was playing himself as Gator.
Oh yeah, but those are the people that make it. Those are the best. You know, it's like they make great stories, right?
Oh yeah, if you could survive and to tell your story, you could survive going through that and learn the lesson and get some wisdom from that. Yes. But I mean, you looking like Amy Winehouse, right? And I love Amy Winehouse. She's one of my favorite, and I think she really had that.
No.
Right? No. But she said yes to some other stuff. It killed her. But I think Natalie Cole was very critical of the Grammys for giving her that much notoriety. She won so many awards at the Grammys, and Natalie Cole, who been through her own troubles, who was also brilliant, said, don't reward her for her bad behavior. You know, we lost Natalie Cole just about 5 or 6 years ago, right? Amy Winehouse ended up dying at 27. That's the club, the 27 club, right? But she was an amazing musician. I saw her documentary and stuff like that. But she actually had that it, though. I believe that a lot of times when you have that it, they'll drain you. Like look, Liza Minnelli, her mama was Judy Garland. They destroyed Judy Garland.
Oh my God!
I
know. I was just
her. You talking about some Me Too
stuff
stuff
the other day on something and thought about that. Wow.
Yeah. You talking about some Me Too stuff? They were up there having sex with her when she was a little kid, allegedly.
I hate hearing stuff like that. I can't even.
And Natalie Wood, even they passed her around like a blunt. I think about Aaliyah, poor Aaliyah, because Aaliyah was head by Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and R. Kelly. They just passed her around like a blunt.
Damn. Like a blunt. But passed her around like a blunt at the Woodstock.
But who gave her up though? It was her uncle that gave her up. Her family gave her up to that.
That would have been.
Her uncle had Black Ground Records, and Barry Hankerson, who was married to Gladys Knight, they gave her into that. They put up for the sacrifice. And free R. Kelly, but that's another story.
Oh God. If y'all want to come at somebody, don't come at me, come at him.
Free R. Kelly. We missing out on some music. I want that music. I want some more music.
R. Kelly music is,
yeah. He said he was the Pied Piper, so why he didn't lie about it?
So what is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Why are you like this?
I don't know. You got to help me. Once you help me, once you save my soul, you got anointing powers. Once you counsel me,
I can't save your soul. I can only lead you to the waters to find Christ, and he'll lead you to salvation.
Okay. All right. But okay. But no, I mean, the world is upside down, though. We got to stop putting people on pedestals. Once you stop putting people on pedestals, then you could better appreciate what they have to offer and contribute. Because once you see them, like, I remember when I was trying to date a girl, she said, Ron, you don't see me as me. You see me, you put me on this pedestal. And I didn't know what she was meaning because I was so naive and stupid about that stuff. Now I realize what she was
stupid?
saying.
No.
I mean, smart people do stupid
I'm just
things.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that's just to be human. So I know very smart people that make stupid choices all the time. It doesn't mean you're an idiot. It just means that you're human and you got vulnerabilities and you got reasons. Sometimes you could do irrational things for, you might think, logical reasons because the way your environment is or how you respond to certain things. Like Will Smith, you can make a justification for Will Smith doing what he did. Because back in the day, they used to have duels back in the day. In Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton died in a gun duel with Aaron Burr. And they were colleagues. Aaron Burr, he was the vice president of the United States. Alexander Hamilton was first secretary of Treasury, one of the founding fathers. And they shot it out over there in New Jersey. And they got a play about him now. That's great that I saw for myself like back in December. Probably got me COVID for it, but it was good. It was working.
Dang, you. Geez. I want everybody to know.
Hamilton is great. I love it.
I'm glad you got a chance to go out there and see that and live. I wish I could have seen it. I did see Tina on Broadway a couple of years ago, and that was
how was that? Was she in town still for that?
No, she wasn't. I love the show. I didn't like the feel of the theater. The seats weren't comfortable to me. And I was very sick when I went, and this was a little bit prior to COVID. And I was one of those people that said, "Oh, maybe I had it," because I was really sick. But I hope I didn't have it because I sat by two older people, and
well, it's time for them to go. You thin the herd. That's a good thing. They got to go. If you old, you got to go.
Oh my God!
And if you don't know, now you know. If you old, you got to go.
You talking like the 1%? I would never say that.
It's spring clean, but think about it. They trying to get rid of us one way or the other.
I need my elders.
Why? So they can be
I
in your
need
way
the
and
good
waste your
ones for the
time.
information.
Nobody ain't listen to my old folks.
Oh my no!
Back in my day, well, that was your day. Now
Ron,
it's our day.
that's where you get your knowledge from.
Maybe
I mean,
some old people.
Well, you don't have to worry about these old people now. You better be worried about the children who gonna be old people after us, because they ain't gonna have no sense if it keep going how it's
They ain't
going.
gonna last that long because the way they work. You know why I look at old people, I see why they carry guns now. Cause ain't no time for me to get my hip broken and my bones breaking and I can't heal back right. I'm gonna shoot you first. I understand it now as I get older. I said, anytime these people, these young folks big and strong, I don't time to wrestle with these people. I'm gonna shoot them. And what I would do if I had a gun, if I was an old person, I understand, because like you ain't worried about jail time, you don't have that long to live anyway.
That reminds me of the shootout that Judge Joe Brown had at his house. He was telling me about. That was a story for the ages that he told me here on Kera.
He's like Yosemite Sam and all that stuff.
Oh my God. I could envision the whole thing. Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah, Judge is a character. I'm gonna get a chance to talk to him this week. Yeah, he's a real cowboy. I don't know what he's just like. He got that accent. He's not from here, but he's from here. You know what I'm saying? Like how you raised up in Los Angeles, got an accent like that. I'll tell you something. Out here, yippee-yi-yi.
You know, I never thought about that, Ron.
How you from South LA, but you from South Louisiana? Where you from, dude?
He's not from anywhere else, really.
Well, he was born in DC, but he was raised in Los Angeles. And he's been here for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes people say that people in DC sound country, so maybe I don't know.
Nah, people in Baltimore, I could tell a person from Baltimore, they start saying two and do.
I literally just had this conversation yesterday.
You from Baltimore? How you know? Good two and do do.
Give me a mountain dew.
Right.
I would be welcome to.
Right.
Somebody was trying to talk about my accent in Baltimore the other day, and I'm like, really? I know you not talking about my accent.
They can't talk about nobody accent. I love Baltimore, though. That's right. Baltimore is very beautiful, interesting culture and history, but yeah, they do have their accent on them.
Oh my God!
Like you was in the Northeast, right? They don't say idea, they say idea.
Idea.
Yeah, I have an idea. I said, what's the idea? You mean idea? No, idea. You go to Missouri, it's Missouri. I'm like, Missouri? How y'all get Missouri out of this month?
Look, I'm so glad we have. I love slang, and I'm glad that we have it. It's funny because today I watched a compilation on YouTube of people telling about their slang of different states in America, and it was very interesting. And so that's funny that we brought this up. But my slang word of the night is finna. Because Ron, I'm finna go. I'm finna go. We've had a nice live tonight, Ron. I appreciate you joining me live to tackle this Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett, Kanye West.
This cluster alpha.
This Denzel. Medea, Tyler Perry. We broke it down, baby. We broke it down.
It was crazy, man.
But you know what? Before we go, I have to always remind people to make sure you like and subscribe. Don't y'all leave here without pressing that like button. Don't be petty, okay? Don't be petty. Also, leave a comment and let us know how you like tonight's episode, and subscribe to Run. Give them the info, brother.
Yeah, we all be TV because we all be in it to win it. News free Dixie for the 21st century.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll put Run down into the script. You in these dance moves, man. Boom. You want to dance us out?
Oh, yeah,
boom, 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 boom.
I guess so. Hey, everybody, this is Brother Ron. I am asking you all to do me a big favor. Think about supporting the We All Be movement. Your donation is tax deductible. The We All Be Group Incorporated is a recognized 501c3. And I'm just asking you all because I want to keep on bringing y'all quality work through the way that I know how to do best. And I'm going to sing my praises and toot my horn. A lot of y'all were not hip to Dick Gregory until Brother Ron brought him on the We All Be platform, until that jingle review we did. Y'all seen another side of Judge Joe Brown, and Judge Joe Brown's message has been amplified. But it was We All Be that brought Judge Joe Brown to y'all back in 2014. And so many others. And we covered so many things. So help us out so we can help you all. Peace.